Hi, it's Will from stormthecastle.com, and here on YouTube you know me as what? Epic Fantasy, that's right, and this is my latest tutorial. Can you guess what it is? This is the Elven Shield from Lord of the Rings, and it's just a piece of foam board. But the beautiful thing about this is it's curved. Can you see that curve in there? It's got a beautiful curve to it. And I show you a clever way to do that. One piece of foam board, no real tricky stuff, but really rather clever on how to curve it like that. And there's the back. I give you the template. So this shape and this is all set. I give you that. Makes it very easy for you to make. I am going to put this project in my easy projects playlist down below. Check out my various playlists. I got 700 videos. Thanks for watching this video. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing. If not, hit that button. Thank you. Dioramas, origami, catapults, and trebuchets, telescopes, terrariums, bonsai trees, and paper games, swords and shields, and real blacksmithing, rattle rockets, animation. I teach the art of real creation. stormthecastle.com. Let's make something. Okay, to do this project, you're going to need 2 sheets of foam board. Take one sheet and draw a line right down the center of it. This foam board is 20 inches by 30 inches. And then take your template and cut out the pieces. We're going to start here with pieces 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's the shield assembly. So take those 4 pieces and lay them out like this. And they're numbered, and it's easy to see in the template how to lay them out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. See, in this way, I've got it all figured out for you. It makes it very easy for you to make. And then tape those 4 pieces together. I like it. Now take that template and lay it along your center line just like this. And trace it. Trace all the way around the curved edges. You don't need to do the center line because we've already drawn that line. Flip it over to the other side and trace it again. So now you've got the whole shape of the shield just like that. How long did it take you? 5 minutes? This is why this is an easy project in my easy project list. But very nice. Touch it up if need be and cut it out. And let me show you a tip about cutting foam board. A lot of people ask. You make 3 passes with a really sharp knife. The first pass, like this, you just cut through the top layer of paper. That's all you're worried about. The second pass, you cut a little deeper and you cut through the foam. And then on the third pass, you press down hard and you cut through that bottom layer of paper. And that's how you make a nice clean cut with foam board. And use a sharp knife. It makes a big difference. There you go. We have our shield. So let's get to curving it. I'm sure you're excited. You want to see how we do that. It's really quite clever, and there's a lot of potential in this. You know I'm going to be using this technique for other projects. Tape your shield right down the center like that on a wooden table or something, and then pin it at the points, the top and bottom points. Use a nail, use a pin, or tape it really, really securely. We don't want it to stretch along the length like that. And then wet it. Wet the whole shield and soak it pretty good. I've got a lot of water on that brush. You can use a brush, you can use a rag, but wet it down pretty good. So what happens is, as the paper gets wet, the top layer of paper gets wet, and as it dries, it shrinks. And because we've constrained it, was that longitudinally, it will only shrink latitude and along the latitude, if I get that correct. Correct me if I'm mistaken about that. The length it won't shrink, side to side it will shrink. And when it shrinks, what happens? It curves. See that? Now this is a couple of hours later, and I'm liking the curve, but I want more curve. So I'm going to wet it again. And you can apply more water to the parts that you want to curve more. So 2 times. Wet it twice if you want more of a curve. And that's it. Let it dry. Ideally, let it sit overnight. It'll depend on the humidity and the temperature of where you live. But I let mine, for this second coat, I just let it sit overnight, and in the morning it was ready to go. So, pretty kind of nice. The key here is that we've constrained it so it only curves from side to side. It doesn't curve the length. See, that's very nice. Let's take a look at it. You know, and it's a little difficult to see with the camera, but I'm going to twist it and turn it a little bit so you can see the curve on that. It's really good. Well, right here, I'll show you. You can see how much it curved, several inches. See, like that, see it? Got a nice curve on that. Okay, enough about that. So let's make the rest of it. The handles, they're in the template. This is part number 5. Trace 2 of those onto foam board. And then cut those pieces out. And the center of the shield, do you know what the name of this is called? When you've got a shield and you put a strong reinforced center section, that is called the boss of the shield. Usually the boss is round. In the case of this Elven Shield, it's like a teardrop. So cut that out and trace that onto foam board and cut that out too. And then glue it into this, glue that boss into the center like this. And what I did was I placed the boss on there and then drew lines, light lines with a pencil, so I knew exactly where to glue it, and then I just glued it on. So do that, put it on there, get it in the right spot, draw a line so you know exactly where you're going to glue it. And it's good. Now the handles, we're going to glue them on like this, one here and one here, but first let's get them ready for the rope. Put a couple of layers of tape on them like this, on those triangular points. And I thought these look like a fleur-de-lis. So that strengthens it so that the rope won't tear through. And then cut generous sized holes in that triangle like this, in each one. There you go. Because the shield is curved, you don't just glue them flat. You only put on 3 edges. This edge, and then the tip down the bottom. That's the only place that actually touches the shield, so that's the only place you need glue. So you glue it on like that, and then put some extra glue to make it nice and strong. If you're in the middle of combat, you do not want the handles to come off. So put extra glue like this in the spots that touch the shield. I like it. Not much left. So I told you this was an easy project. If you make this project, send me a picture. I will put it on my website and I will send you a certificate of contribution. So let's paint it. I'm using gold spray paint and green spray paint. That lid looks black, but it's green. So this is what we do. Paint the whole thing gold first. I love that color. That's very nice. And then very lightly with the green. And it's difficult to see in the video, but I'm doing a light smattering of green. So it gives it a little bit of a tint, because everything the elves do looks like a leaf, right? Doesn't the shield looks like some kind of a vine leaf, an ivy leaf or something? So we gotta get that green in there. Decorate it as you see fit. You can look at the picture, the template picture that I give you if you want to see how I did it, or you can look at pictures of it from the movie if you want to copy that pattern. So the only thing remaining is to put a rope in there, pass it through a couple of times so it's nice and strong. You can even tape a handle in the center there if you want. But anyway, pass it through, tie it in the knot, put some glue on it so it won't come undone. And then snip off the excess. And that is that. I like it. You have your Elven Shield. Hey, I'm not sure, I probably got like 25 Lord of the Rings projects, all kinds of stuff. Check 2 of my playlists. There we go, the finished product. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a subscriber, thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. I always have lots of fun and interesting and very creative projects. I do 2 new ones every week. As an example, here's a couple more videos you might want to watch.